Once upon a time, in the town of Igbara, there was a restaurant popularly known as Amala Joint and was owned by Iya Suliya. So people do refer to it as Iya Suliya's Joint. All men in Igbara love to eat Iya Suliya's Amala in the morning, afternoon and night. Iya Suliya's Joint was always filled up with men, both young and old, who believed that she cooks the best meal they had ever tasted. Then men often fight themselves, and some prefer to wash their plates just to have a taste of Iya Suliya's Amala. Due to this, most of these men began refusing their wives' food, comparing it to Iya Suliya's own, and this angered the women of Igbara, whose husbands stopped eating their meals. One day, the hungry women gathered as they had all had enough of what was happening. They deliberated on what to do about Iya Suliya, as they all wanted their husbands to start eating their own foods again. One of the women, named Adeola, suggested that instead of planning bad things against Iya Suliya, they should rather find out what particular ingredients she puts in her meal. Another woman, named Busola, disagreed that what they should do instead is to burn down Iya Suliya's joint, because inasmuch as the joint is still standing, their husbands will continue going there. Everyone started murmuring, as they could not agree on a particular decision. Unknown to them, as they were thinking of what to do, their husbands, as usual, were all at Iya Suliya's joint eating amala and abula. Bumi, one of the women, determined to find solution, suggested that a secret spy should be sent to work for Iya Suliya, because she heard that she is in need of a plate washer, as no one knows what happened to the last plate washer she had. The women of Ibera agreed, and now looking for who to send, as Iya Suliya knew all of them and won't hesitate to turn down their application. One of the women stood up to suggest that her husband's niece came to spend some time with them and would be the best spy, as Iya Suliya doesn't know her. All the women rejoiced at hearing this, as they know they are a step ahead in their plan. The next day, the woman's niece, named Omotayo, applied for the post in Iya Suliya's joint, and Iya Suliya hired her on the spot because she knelt down to greet her. But almost immediately, Omotayo immediately noticed a strange thing about Iya Suliya, who told her that whenever she wants to enter the kitchen, she must enter with one of her eyes closed. She was warned never to enter her kitchen with both eyes opened, because the day she does, she will regret ever coming to her joint to work. Omotayo became so scared, but since she knew she was on a mission, she didn't mind. She spent the whole day washing plates and left so late at night when all the customers had left. After the first day, she was so tired that when she got home, her auntie asked her how her day went, but it was as if Omotayo suddenly developed amnesia, because she couldn't remember anything that happened that day. This was so strange, but her auntie didn't say anything. The next day, Omotayo was determined to find out Iya Suliya's secret ingredient. She spied on her as she was cooking in the kitchen, writing down all the ingredients secretly that she used. But just like the previous day, as she got home, Omotayo could not remember anything that happened that day. Her auntie became so angry and accused her of pretending not to remember, that it only means she supports how all the men no longer eat in their homes anymore, including her own uncle. Omotayo tried to explain that she does not understand even how the paper she wrote the evidence had disappeared, but her auntie found it hard to believe. One afternoon, a woman, usually referred to as Mama Adisa, entered the joint angrily because her husband told her that he had decided to marry Iya Suliya. So Mama Adisa came to confront Iya Suliya. But not knowing that she was not alone, several women also came to the joint to accuse Iya Suliya of trying to snatch their husbands. The joint was now in chaos. But Iya Suliya told them she's not having any secret affair with anyone. Amidst the commotion, Omotayo quietly observed Iya Suliya. She noticed she was unusually calm, as if she knows something the others didn't. Omotayo decided to seize the opportunity to know what was really happening. She monitored when Iya Suliya left the kitchen, and immediately she entered, but she forgot Iya Suliya's warning of closing one eye before entering. So Omotayo entered with two eyes opened. And she saw something she had never seen in the kitchen before. She saw that the walls of the kitchen had fingerprints all over and wondered where they came from because she hadn't seen it before. And immediately, Iya Suliya came into the kitchen, not realizing that Omotayo was there. She brought out an handkerchief, cleaned her face with it, then raised it upon a pot of soup and started saying some incantations on it. But from what Omotayo realized, she was saying some incantations about whoever, whether men or women, taste her food must always come back, not liking any other food they cook in his or her home. She recited this incantation for like 5 minutes, after which she put the handkerchief back into her clothes and started stirring the pot of soup. She stirred it to her own satisfaction and she left the kitchen. Omotayo was in shock to see all that has transpired right in front of her, as she never knew that Iya Suliya uses diabolical means to make people enjoy her food. Omotayo pretended not to know what has happened and realized that Iya Suliya has also been using diabolical means to make her forget all that ever happened in the kitchen, because whenever Omotayo closes one eye to enter the kitchen, she loses all memory of the things that occurred because Iya Suliya has evil charms. However, the charm was broken immediately Omotayo went against Iya Suliya's rule and walked into the kitchen with both eyes opened. Now she can remember everything she saw right from the day she started working with Iya Suliya. She was so eager to go home, but was also scared of what Iya Suliya could do to her if she found out what she knew. At night, as she was about to leave the joint, she heard a noise behind her, and as she turned to see, Iya Suliya blew a white substance into her face, and almost immediately, Omotayo lost consciousness. Upon waking up, she found herself in a dark room with three other young ladies, including the previous plate washers. They later found out after discussion that they were all locked up because they broke Iya Suliya's golden rule about finding out a secret ingredient, so they devised a means to escape. Later that night, They all tried with their combined efforts to push down the door and was able to run away straight into the night and went to Omotayo's auntie's house. They narrated all that they had seen to her. The next morning, Iya Suliya found out that a secret has been exposed, so she tried to run away. But unknown to her, the women were already waiting for her. They held her and went to the chief's house. The chief asked her why she did all that she had been doing, and Iya Suliya explained that since she lost her husband 10 years ago, no man, not even young nor old, had ever looked at her admiringly. So she decided to use her food to make them notice her. The chief banished her, and then all the men returned to their wives to apologize for their wrongdoings. The bonds of family grew stronger with Iya Suliya gone, as everyone realized the importance of family, of trust, of loyalty, and definitely of love. The end. Thank you and God bless you. Please don't forget to leave a comment, to like, and also to subscribe to my channel. Till we meet again in my next video, please stay tuned and stay blessed. Thank you.